Alright, so we're recording, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. We're gonna go over a couple of the TAFX, trades that someone posted. So, give me a moment there. Let's see. I'll take a look at this one first. This isn't with Rinko. He's taking the trades off just the normal charts, which is fine. It's whatever you prefer. What I was talking about, if you weren't in the Skype room, then is getting in at the wrong point on these. This one right here, even though we look and see this is a breakout candle, but he gets a pullback, price moves up and down. We really don't want to be in at the top of these. This would have been a better entry, or this would have been a better entry. I know it's super easy for me to look back on it and see, but we already had the existing cloud. He did wait until everything lined up, like the channel was completely out. Honestly, guys, what I'm looking for is just price to be, if the channel's dipped down a little bit and price is coming out of the channel, we're good there. You can jump in it. The Rinko will help you, like I said, with that a little bit more. But that was way too late. This one, it was coming down. He was doing a support bounce up, like you said, Gert style. Let me get a couple more of his and let's take a look at him. Basically, he was in too early on that. What I was explaining in there, that the market moves in waves. We can see here's a wave up, wave down, wave up, wave down. We're looking for pullbacks to get our entry back in. This would be like at the crest of a wave, and like here's a pretty little picture. Price is going to move up. Once it hits the crest or the wave, it's going to come crashing down. That's our pullback, and then we're waiting for the next trade up. So if you want to think of it as a wave, think of it as a wave. Price moves up, and then it pulls back down. It basically, the wave has to crash at some point. The market doesn't move in just one direction. So if that helps you, think of it that way. Let's see, next one. I'll take a look at a couple of his trades and see. And then we'll take a look at the live markets. This is cable. Again, this is a really good example of how not to do it. He got in at the top of the wave, came crashing down. We want to get in before, as the wave moves up, before it peaks and crashes. So entry here, entry here, no entry up here, no entry up here. Remember, the initial entry can be done off 1 minute, and then if you're doing it like I am, use Rinko to identify your pullbacks, and then get back in until you lose a trade. I'll be showing you that on live again. I just want to get through the charts. So let's take a look at the next one. But as you can see, it's the same thing over and over so far. This one's a good one. It's looking like a good one. Okay, so this one was done much better. Although we didn't have that much momentum like this, I would be insane I would not trade this because it's braiding. We did start to get a run up here, but at least the trade was done correctly. We got the initial movement out, slow moving, medium, fast channel, price closes out, jumped in. That's the correct setup. Now what I would do is switch to Rinko and watch this for a pullback and re-entry. That's what we're looking for. So this one is what we're looking for. So that one was done correctly. Okay, next. Good Lord. Man, the freaking mosquitoes down here are getting crazy. Next one is a little better. Let me get it up for you. But still. That one's not too bad too. Not perfect, but it's definitely not too bad. It had a bit of a pullback there, which you got to watch out for. Price was mostly above the channel for the entry, so that's good. Nothing wrong with that one there. It's just a scary looking one because of the movement. 2.28, 1.87, those all look good too. Next, Euro USD, what's this one look like? Okay, here's our next one, same Euro. Market went a little bit flat here, and then we get our start popping out. Again, much better. He's getting in, not waiting till getting up here. We're getting in just as it forms. For me, I would still be using Renko because we already had our initial way back there somewhere, and then I'd be using Renko for the rest of this, and I'll show that in here in a minute. AUD USD. God, this is just a funky market. Look at this crap. Alright, so there's 3 trades on here. Notice this one again. Here's the existing cloud, but entry was held off all the way to here, and you get in and it crashed down. Now, this is the one he did where he got in on the support one and it came back up. It would have been better, but even if we waited here, at least it would have gone up, and eventually it probably would have hit take profit here. Don't be afraid to let the trades ride. This one, that would have scared me, a little bit of a gap. Poked out. That's an okay one. It worked out pretty well, but I mean, once you have this extending, once you can see that you have the cloud forming right over and over again, it's going to be kind of hard to screw these up. Yes, you're going to get stopped out sometimes, but this is the general idea, is you're looking for the pullback and then getting in. See the next one? Cable, and he said he lost it. Cable just had a swing down. I bet he got caught if he was in that one. Okay, this is when I said that I wasn't trading yet because things were kind of funky. Yes, the cloud is starting to look right. Here's a way late entry loss right here, just seeing it. I just saw that on there. Entry on this one I'm not quite understanding. We had a spike up, spike, and down. If you see a gap like this one, I would probably steer clear of it. Gap means there was a big chunk of volatility. Something's happening. So if you see a gap, stay clear for a bit. This one I would have passed on. We got the cloud going up, but remember I had said there was news right around this area too. So let's take a look at the live markets before US hits. All in all, I mean, not too bad. It looks like you're starting to get the hang of it. Just need to replicate those good entries, the thought process that went behind them, and steer out of these, getting in on these peaks up here. Look for your pullbacks. Okay, so we'll start with cable. This is the one that he got in and lost. Also, whoever your broker is, you might want to check it because I don't see a gap on mine. So you might have a shit feed. I'm trying to stop cussing in my videos. Doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so cable. Let's zoom out one. We had this whole nice looking cloud going up, but when we came over here to Renko, it didn't really support that. So I stayed out of the trade because Renko didn't support it. I never had a qualified trade at this time. This was not supported by this, so I stayed out. That's how you can help filter your trades. I mean, it's as simple as that. Here's what it looks like now. Here's what it looks like now. We didn't really have any trades. Down here we did, but this was the whole crap movement upwards. It was never a nice, clear upwards trend, even though you could have popped a couple here, and I know that you're missing out on trades, but I prefer these two to support each other, because then quite literally, even if you do screw up, the chances of you getting stopped out, or basically it's confirming you're going with the trend. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. Let me get some water. Use both to confirm each other. It'll keep you out of a lot of shit, basically, is what I guess I'm saying. Here's Euro. Looking okay, but this is a weak upwards trend. You notice it's moving up, but it's namby-pambying its ass up. We come over here, weak upwards trend. We had a movement up here, but I didn't get into it because I just didn't like how it was so weak coming over here. We have up, down, up. I don't see a clear trend yet. We have the nice cloud forming now, so we'll see what happens. So this could be our first pullback up and out. If that happens, we're good. What I see here is this shit. Remember what I told you about this tiny little EMAs, and they're in here. They're in and out of each other all through here, so that's a warning sign to stay out. What do we want to see? Separation all the way up. It should look like a fan. So here's our slow, medium, fast, and then our two little warning sign EMAs, I guess you want to call it. Are they braiding? Are they flipping in and out on each other? They were all the way through here, and now they finally cleared. But right now they're touching, so we're looking for them to pull back apart, then we might get in. UJ. UJ is a steaming pile of mess. On this, you might have gotten in, but let's look at Rinko. Rinko doesn't confirm it. Rinko gives us the opposite freaking picture almost. UJ, normal. UJ, Rinko. So, for me, that's a no-no. We're not touching it. They're not confirming each other. They're not supporting each other. Here is AUD USD. This was another it almost went good, and then it crapped out. If we look at over here, it almost started to line up, crapped out. Does this confirm this? No. So what are we looking at? A nasty market right now. So what do? Don't trade. Sit back and watch. What's the only pair that we really have to watch right now? We have Euro. That's about it. So we'll focus on Euro. See what it does. Any questions so far? How you need to use the charts to confirm each other? Don't just go trading stupid. And if it's not a good day to trade, don't freaking trade. I see a lot of people just taking trades to trade. If you're on demo even on demo, I'd say that's a bad habit to be in because it'll carry over to your live trading. If you're going to waste your time sitting in front of the computer, make it when you're getting your screen time worth it. Basically, I don't know, man. It's just some of the trades I saw with the market conditions, I don't understand why people were trading. That's why I wanted to do it live and just say, look, you need each pair to confirm it. Yes, it's fun. You have a new way to trade for a lot of you. But just trading to trade, there's no point in it. And plus, it's kind of discouraging if you're trading on a shitty market conditions and you're just losing over and over, even if it is a demo account. It's crap for you. Yep, Steve, I did mention it. It looks fine. What I said, Steve, was I'd get in the habit, since volume's important for you, I'd get in the habit of updating that and keeping on top of your trade sizes so that they grow and shrink with it so your account can grow and shrink faster. For you, it's really your money management is going to be your key to hitting your volume. Once your consistency's up, your money management's going to be really what does it for you. And I mean, that's just not for you. That's for anyone. Whether it's Forex or binary options, we got a lot of guys in the group who can trade, but their money management just sucks. And they're just spinning their wheels because of it. Okay, so here's our Euro. What are we waiting on it? One, we're looking for a little bit of room in between the green and the blue. See how we have a little bit of room here? So we'll let this candle finish up and see if it creates a little bit of room for us. Hell, I'll even turn off the candles. Now over here, is it supporting it yet? Not quite. Channel's way down in here, so we're looking for price to come up. Over here, not looking too bad. Now looking to the left, what do we have? It's not too bad, but about there. So just for the hell of it, I'm going to show you something. Let's do it. I'm going to open up a trade here. I really don't give a shit. This is a live account, but it's only a $15 account because since by the end of the year I'm hoping to switch over to Owanda. I'm giving a no commission account a try because that's how Owanda runs it. So as you can see, I don't pay commission on it, but it gives me a shit spread, basically 2 pips out as soon as the trade starts. That's how they do it. Instead of paying commission, it's you lose 2 pips at the beginning of your trade. So we can see that we had a tiny little gap. I opened it just for the hell of it, so we have something to do. Sit here and stare at nothing all day. Because the other charts aren't supporting doing anything right now. Let's turn on our bars again since we saw the open and we were in. This was our opening trade. I'll put a yellow line before it. So even though this isn't the greatest market condition, like I said, this isn't supporting it yet. Here's our euro. It's not quite supporting it yet. Channels coming out. We have slow, medium. Medium's vanished. We just have slow and fast. Not a good trade, but I just wanted to kind of show an example of what we're looking for on the Renko side. This is not what we're looking for. Even though it's a nice little uptrend, our fasts are going in and out until that clears up. Like this was better. Pullback. Pullback didn't make the blue touch the green, so we can get back in. Pullback here did make the blue and the green come together, and then we'll see what happens. That's a little bit better of a setup. But again, we need to make sure this confirms this. If it doesn't, sit your ass out and don't get stupid and trade. I'm going to let the recording run for a little bit. We'll see what happens with this one. Do we have questions while it's running? And remember, guys, again, we don't want to be getting in on the peaks of these so that when they crash back down, we want to stay on trying to get in over here. Now this one's got its whole shitstorm pile here. It's got to push up through before we'll see if this goes anywhere. I don't know. So far, it's the no commission thing. I don't know. I'll have to scale it up. But again, I just want to get the feel for it to see. The other thing I saw people trading on, which we'll cover right now too, if this isn't above 1, don't be trading. This is, I guess you could say, your volatility, how much the candles are moving. You really need it. It helps you determine your take profit and stop loss. And also, if, like I said, if it's below 1 across the board here, you shouldn't be trading. The candles just aren't moving enough for you to do anything. And you'll get a move. For instance, you'll get a move that looks nice, but it's actually only a 2 or 3 pip move. You can't do anything with that. Even though the chart looks nice, sometimes the candles are barely moving. We need to take this into account. MetaTrader kind of, how would you say, it self-adjusts itself to the charts. Watch properties. I'll see if I can force it to do it. Like, if we go... See, that didn't work. I was hoping it would readjust. Scale to fix. Yeah, that didn't work for shit. Alright, so let's get rid of that. MetaTrader, as it moves, like if you get a huge candle that fills up the entire screen, MetaTrader will shrink things down. If you're having a bunch of tiny candles, MetaTrader will kind of zoom in and stretch your candles out. That's why it's important to use this tool so you have an idea about how big these candles are. So the Renko chart needs to show the same shape as the normal chart. No, the Renko chart does not need to... not the same shape. The Renko chart needs to support your M1. Or the M1 needs to support the Euro. I'm sorry, the Renko. Like here we can see we have an uptrend. It doesn't have to be the same movement. All we need to see is that we have slow, medium, channel, upwards. So right now we have slow, we're missing the medium, fast channel's breaking up. Our medium channel is going to start forming here. That's going to support what we see here. It doesn't have to look exactly the same, but we want both generally, as we're looking at it right now, we want them generally both to be showing an uptrend. Then we can start getting picky. Initial entry off the 1 minute chart. So our initial entry, let's take a look at this one. See, this right here is because Renko didn't support this. Renko started supporting here. So Renko started, that's GBP, son of a bitch. Renko support, this move up was this move up. Remember, these aren't the same as in time. So this was our initial trade off the 1 minute. Once this trade is done, so whatever, somewhere around here is our initial trade. Once this trade is done, we switch here, we wait for pullbacks to occur. And we enter our next set of trades off of this. Unless you're good enough to spot pullbacks here, then stick to your Renko and use it to show you the pullbacks. See, because right now, let's look at it. Let me get rid of this line so it's not as ugly. This is our entry. How many candles have we had go by already? We're like, here was entry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 7 candles into this trade, but we're still on this candle. So 7 minutes have gone by, but we still haven't even gotten one bar form. That's why Renko's removing the noise. This is just kind of sputtering out. So Renko's showing you it's sputtering out. Until it decides a 3-pip direction, we're not going to get a bar. Hopefully that... And yes, on the Robin on the YouTube channel, there's a video that I walk you through how to set up the Renko charts. I think it's the last one that I did, so it's the newest video. Spread. The spread is like 1.3. Spread is the difference. You see these two lines? Let me find it. Here's one with a big spread. Well, not a big, but... This is your spread. Here's where price is, and you notice there's a red line floating above it. That's the spread. If I enter a trade, it's actually going to get opened here. As in reference to binary options, the middle ground is your binary options price. It's bid plus ask. This divided by 2 gives you the middle ground, and that's about what your binary options price is. That's why you have a BO price on your TA template. Now, remember, if the spread's too high, it can hurt you because the brokers can play around with price above or below this. Anything inside these two lines is fair game for your binary options broker to screw price around to. So that's why it's important to keep an eye on spread. Especially trading like when Asia first opens, the spread just goes a little bit ridiculous. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, you can't do it while it's open. My orders indicator is not working. I don't know why. It hates me. Let me try it again real quick. Okay. So let me mark the entry on this one. That was our entry, just so you can see it clearly. So you can see what's happening here with the trade. There's our trade. It's moving up and down. What's it doing over here? We don't even have a candle right now because basically it's the equivalent of it hasn't done jack shit. So does that help you a little bit with why we use Renko? Here's entry. Here's all these candles. Over here, we have 0 candle right now because it keeps closing out on itself. Basically, we're back at the 0 point from when we opened this trade. All good there. And that's what I mean too. With Renko, if you see a support and resistance, it's probably pretty strong because it takes a while to draw some of these candles. The drawbacks to Renko is if you get a sharp movement over here, like you get... So let's take a look just for the hell of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 4 minutes was 3.5 candles. So they can form fast also. Okay, let me get my charts back in order. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we're on Euro watching it. So now we're getting a downward move. And we're still, because of where we opened the trade, it's still hovering around the 0 point. Downward move. Still not on Renko. Bug on my screen. Die, you little bastard. Son of a bitch. But I highly recommend using both to complement each other. Here's UJ. UJ is red. Here's the... We'll let it form for a bit, but it's, I mean, just ugly. But we have a downwards here. AUD USD, AUD USD. Nothing to trade there because we don't have a full setup. Cable. Slow, medium, fast. Not confirmed. Be picky, be patient. It makes it easier. Don't just, like I said, don't just be jumping into trade just for the hell of it. Over here, the one that we've been watching, same thing. Look, we still don't have a bar, even though this was our mess from entry. Here, down, and up. We still haven't gotten a bar out of it. No, like I said, this was a weak trade too. We shouldn't have really gotten into it because this didn't confirm, but it's easier for you to see what's going on when you can say that here's a trade and we can watch what's going on with it. And here it is again. Oh, my foot's asleep. I was sitting on it. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. If anything happens with this, we'll pick it back up and take a look at it.